who Valentine is. Do you know who Valentine is, Allison? You don't know who he is at all? Jesus Christ. I don't know who Valentine
Saint Valentine?
is that who it is?
I think it's a saint.
Who is he? I don't even know yet.
I don't know. I'm not.
That's what I mean. We need to know I'm gonna start doing a background check of you motherfuckers' fake holidays. You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day, you gotta buy what? Flowers, chocolate, say I love you again after I just told you I love you last night. You know what I mean? We ate a Cinnabon, I rubbed your thigh, told you you're beautiful. But if I don't tell you that shit February 14th, now you wanna break up. Now you want to send me angry text messages. All the girls at work got balloons and cards and flowers. Why you ain't give me no? Cause rent due. That's why. It's real shit is due out here in the world. You know what I mean? Rent, the light bill is due. That's how you know I love you. When you can flick on the light so you can see that I love you to death. You know what I'm saying? That's real love. When you run in the hot water and you taking a bubble bath. A lot of these chicks are getting flowers and getting candles and all type of shit sent to their job, but when they go home, the lights is off. The motherfucking water bill ain't being paid, and they can't get a bubble bath. Now they got to go to the Red Roof Inn and get a bubble bath. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. I don't understand it. You want chocolates and you allergic to chocolate. A lot of y'all allergic to chocolate. Yet y'all want chocolate. And that's just Valentine's Day. What's the other shits? You know, after that, let me see. Other pointless ass holidays. Let me see. February, March. Easter. Everybody looks their best. Everybody dresses to impress. And what did I thought the rabbit couldn't even. What the fuck that got to do with the bunny rabbit? I don't even know. What does that have to symbolize or do with anything? I usually be on my conscious shit and I know the meaning of these things, but since I'm drunk right now. And I've been eating my high tacos. I don't know what none of this shit mean right now. All I know is that shit pointless as a motherfucker. The bunny rabbit with chocolate and eggs and shit. The rabbit don't even lay eggs. How you gonna lay an egg, beloved, and you can't lay eggs? How you gonna symbolize that for me? And then they fuck it up even more by resurrecting Jesus on the same day as the first Sunday. On the Easter shit. Now niggas is extra confused because I don't know if is it Jesus' birthday or is Jesus' birthday on Christmas or did he rise up on Easter or did he die and rise up on December? But niggas don't know. This shit getting terrible with the holidays. I don't even know what Cinco de Mayo mean, but I've been drinking tequila and I just ate shrimp tacos. You know what I'm saying? All I gotta say is celebrate some shit with meaning. You know what I'm saying? What's after Easter? Let me see, man. What comes after that? Let me see. What's that? Memorial Day? What are we remembering the fallen vets and see shit? Now that's some shit that means something. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers done fought and died for this country, for your rights. You know, the veterans who America doesn't even take care of. You know, every time I come down 8 Mile or I even come up the lodge on 7 Mile, a motherfucking homeless veteran is sending me some shit talking about some we'll work for food. He want a hot and ready. He want a 4 for 4 from Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the American government better step they shit up. Y'all building all these walls and shit, and y'all, you know, all these $1 billion in motherfucking war equipment when the motherfuckers who done fought and using the shit ain't even got insurance. They teeth fucked up, health fucked up. You don't know if they dick don't work or not. You don't know what's going on. And we ain't even talking about the women who served, who might be homeless out here on the corner with their man with a buggy and one blanket asking, can I work for food? And this shit just ain't happened just right now. I'm talking about every motherfucking presidency. Y'all don't be taking care of the vets. I wish a nigga would send me some shit talking about some goarmy.com or you need to fight for us, fight for your country. Y'all niggas don't even fight for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to be ranting and raving, but y'all motherfuckers don't even care about your citizens here. How you gonna have your citizens here starving and hungry and homeless and shit, but in the same breath talking about some fight for all cause or fight for our rights? Whose motherfucking rights is y'all fighting for? You know what I mean? Y'all motherfuckers ain't giving the Native Americans no love. I already know how y'all feel about black Americans in society. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking video that go viral, cops is beating us up, police brutality on a whole nother level. Kaepernick took one knee for injustice in America, and y'all motherfuckers are spinning it about the American flag. That's not what this shit is about. And it took a war vet to say, you know what, young man, you can take a knee because that'll be the most respectable thing you can do for our country in the most respectable way possible. But no, y'all want to have Valentine's Day and stupid and Easter and shit. Y'all don't know what, you know what I mean? What the fuck is going on in the world? And I'm only speaking this vulgar because I'm this passionate about certain issues that need to be addressed. Y'all fucking up the culture, America. Y'all letting everybody come over here and get rich and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all giving all these motherfuckers grants and loans and business loans and letting these motherfuckers, cause they can't even speak the language of the people of the communities they in, yet y'all giving them all this shit. Yet the motherfucking veteran on the same corner where an Arab or whoever owns a Citgo gas station, he's standing outside that gas station begging for fucking change. If that's not the irony and oxymoron, fighting for a cause or fighting for rights, just for another motherfucker can come over here and live tax free and get money and get grants and loans and get health care and insurance for his whole fucking family, and I gotta stand outside this man's business and beg for shit. But it's Memorial Day. It's in honor of. It's in memory of. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that really grinds. What Peter Griffin say on Family Guy, that grinds my gears. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming live from Studio One. You know, I just want America to do better. Y'all motherfuckers want to make shit great again, but y'all ain't even trying to make the culture of what America was so-called founded upon great again. Yeah, we know y'all raped and pillaged and stole and did all kind of crazy shit, violent shit to build this motherfucker. We know that. But after all, America still was about family, core values, standing up for what's right, marching for rights, protesting for rights, wanting to be treated as motherfucking equals. And when you come out here in these streets, you politicians and you governors and you presidents and shit, y'all what y'all pump faking for election shit, what y'all gonna do for the people? When I hear some shit about a Memorial Day, I don't hear shit about nobody turning up or bitches taking a trip for Memorial Day to shake their ass for Instagram. I love the ass on Instagram. I love it. Celebrate Memorial Day, but what are you remembering? What are we remembering, America? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to America right now. Fuck, I ain't saying fuck the world right now, anybody else around the world, but I'm talking about the country where I reside in, where I'm seeing my people be treated in the most dehumanized way possible. And it ain't even down to the black Americans no more. We know our plight and our fight is all fucked up, but they don't even care about the motherfuckers who done drop bombs on Japan and shit, fucked up countries and shit for y'all. You know what I mean? Killed motherfuckers for y'all. If a king or a president can fight their own wars, it wouldn't be another motherfucking war.
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
Out here. You feel what I'm saying? It wouldn't be a war in this motherfucking world if a president had to strap on his nuts and go drop that bitch himself. Go kill and shoot motherfuckers themselves. The only nigga I know so far that's done some shit like that is probably George Bush Sr., John McCain, old prejudice ass. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. They might have strapped their nuts on and went to war. But I'm speaking on people in positions of power. You know what I mean? Trying to propagate so many different days and shit like that don't mean nothing. And then it's a slap in the face to the vets because, like I said, like I don't have nothing to eat. I don't even have you got all these foreclosed homes in the city. And you mean to tell me you can't put a couple veterans in there with their family? You feel me? Half of these motherfuckers was probably veterinarians, engineers in the war. They was probably medical doctors and shit coming back from the motherfucking war and can't do nothing for themselves or their family. And you mean to tell me that's humane? You mean to tell me that's right? And I'm supposed to celebrate Memorial Day and honor that shit? What the fuck am I honoring, beloved? What are we doing? You already got the women in the uproar and panties in the bunch. If I don't say I love you and send you some Godiva chocolates on Valentine's Day, I don't even know what's Jesus' real birthday. I don't know if Jesus had on a do-rag with the cornrows or he had the silky hair like the European. Niggas don't know. But yet he resurrecting on the same day Easter eggs is being hunted and shit when motherfucking bunnies don't even lay eggs, beloved. What's going on? Fast forward. Let me see. What's that? What's another day I can elaborate on further? Labor Day, Allison? Right? Labor Day. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean, Allison? What the fuck is Labor Day? What?
I believe that celebrates the working class. So it's a union day. It's
like the UAWs, the unions and shit like that? What?
Partially, yes. But for all those people who do that grind every day, that's what it's for. And usually they get the day off. You
need a day for that shit? You need a day to remind me that I work hard every day?
Well, it's to celebrate that you work hard.
Who gives a fuck about that shit? You celebrate by giving me my check on time every week or every other week. Or if you on salary, twice a month. On time. With no taxes took out. That's how you celebrate motherfucking Labor Day. When I'm working hard, I don't want no taxes took out my check. I want my shit on time. You feel me? That's how you recognize motherfucking Labor Day. When shit jiggy out here, you've been busting your ass for 40, 80 hours a week. You done fed your family. You done barbecued a little bit. Summer almost over with, but it's a little fall time. It's still a little good outside. But speaking of which, I ain't never a nigga that's, downplaying a day off. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never tripping about a day off. We can always keep the day off vibe going. You get paid for it too? So they say?
Yes, it's a paid holiday. It's a bank holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of can't work.
Mm-hmm. Right. But the motherfuckers at McDonald's have still got to give you your number 2 with extra cheese. So what labor force are we really celebrating?
Wikipedia says that Labor Day is a public holiday in the United States celebrated on the first Monday in September and honors the American labor movement.
ALM. That's pretty dope. Nothing wrong with that. But all I care about is my check on time, beloved. That's all we care about. Thank you, Jessica. Oh, Jess, hold on. I want to get you. Jess, ain't you, you have Mexican, Italian, Irish?
No,
Come on the mic over here. She on mic 7. Hold on, real quick, Jess.
No, I'm Irish, Indian, and Mexican.
Irish, Indian, and Mexican?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot of good hair going on now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's a lot of good shit.
Oh, 6. I
Like
lied.
6.
Irish, Indian, Mexican, yes, good hair. Yay.
Good hair, and you know what? I'm not going to be rude and say good vagina, but I'm going to be rude and say good vagina. Because that's a lot of mixtures of
I mean, being that I'm myself, I can't argue with that, so.
Oh, my God. I've been drinking about 5 or 6 cocktails with tequila sunrise, just maybe.
I mean, because they're delicious.
Them shits
It's tequila and like fruit juice. You can't go wrong with
that shit. Come on now, with a little lime or a little lemon and some shit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat that, beloved.
No, not at all.
But what I really appreciate, I'm talking about these fake ass holidays, Jess. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Right now I'm on Labor Day. We already talked about what, Allison? Valentine's Day, Easter shit with baby Jesus resurrecting. You don't even know if it's his birthday.
Oh,
for
I'm
real.
sorry. That's not about chocolate and bunnies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What the fuck is going Easter egg hunting and shit? The bunny don't even lay eggs. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. They just give birth.
They just give birth, eat carrots and shit, and hop around and be fucking all the time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't nobody know shit about a bunny rabbit.
I mean, bunnies have pretty happy lives when you think
Yeah.
about it.
All I can do is eat vegetables, fuck, and you have babies and go about life.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Now, when it gets cold, they do be having that rabbit fur game going on. So, shout out to the rabbits who out here just risking their life so people can stay warm in the world. We love y'all, rabbits. But anyway, what's next after Labor Day? Let me see.
We skipped the 4th of July. That is between Memorial Day and Labor
Independence
Day.
Day,
There's
right? Fake ass Independence Day, right?
Yes.
I mean, okay, Independence Day isn't about fireworks and barbecuing, you know. It's about
Even though I do
actual
love a
independence
grilled
from the
wing
British
every now and then.
government.
Yep. Kick their asses
So-
right out. That was the day we finally said enough.
But I don't
And we
think
won.
I don't think that's a fake holiday to me. I mean, I don't know.
No, considering that England tried to conquer everything and everyone.
Literally everybody.
It's nice to know that we
The British
won.
are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid shit. You know, but are we really going to sit here and say that motherfuckers was free after that day? No.
No.
gonna say
I
that. So
mean,
that-
white
so-
people were, but black people were not.
That's my point. So how you
Right.
going to say, that's what I mean by fake ass holiday.
Who's independent?
Okay,
Who was
that
really
actually
independent?
is a fake ass holiday.
Fake ass
It's
holiday.
basically a white holiday when you think about it, because they're the only ones that actually got independence from the British government.
Well, thank you.
So,
While we out here inventing shit, and
man,
creating shit, we making y'all cotton gins and shit, steams, and all type of shit. Black people then invented a bunch of shit for y'all motherfuckers to be out here flourishing in the world. And y'all took all our patents and shit. Y'all took a lot from us. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to get out here and be independent and build our own businesses, et cetera, et cetera. Although Black Wall Street did flourish, y'all burnt that shit down and fucked that up. You know
what
what,
do you
I'm
mean?
saying?
You?
So,
Oh, you're not talking like specifically to me, right?
no, not
Oh,
at
okay.
all. No, don't take it.
I'm like,
Don't take
but
it personally.
I swear I didn't do that.
No, Allison and Jess have a Caucasian skin tone, although they're mixed with other different things and have a other ethnicity background. But what I am saying, thank you, baby. But what I am saying is, you know, you have to define independence. You have to define what these holidays really are. You know what I'm saying? Because who was really free, beloved? That's what we want to know right now. Is motherfuckers free now? You know what I'm saying? Just recently, kids is going to the Starbucks. You can't even sit there and have a hot vanilla chai and get on the Wi-Fi with your mans without motherfuckers calling the cops on you. What's going on? And who was really independent? Who was really free? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers looking at you as a third of a human being in this world, B. You know? And everybody, we all know, everybody, speaking of independence and freedom and shit, we know everybody that tried to liberate or try to give rights to people of disenfranchised origin been motherfucking assassinated, killed, sniped off, ducked off. I appreciate you, Jess, baby, with your good hair. Thank you. You know, look at JFK. Got him the fuck up out of here. You feel me? For trying to be about independence and liberation and justice and all that shit. Look at Abraham Lincoln. He was a nigga for real. They ain't even gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Look at the background on that. Look at his features. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty of it. I'm sobering up a little bit now that I'm ranting and raving. I got a bottle of water. I ain't even sipping no cognac right now this episode. Soon as he did some kind of, even a little bit, that shit, emancipate, that shit ain't even free the slaves all the way. He even tried to give a little bit of freedom to some disenfranchised people, and what they do? Blew his motherfucking wig back. And I might have been on some other shit, some agent shit, some CIA shit. You know how the government do. It's always some shit the public don't know when it come to motherfuckers getting killed in the world. You feel what I'm saying, Allison? When
I
a
do.
motherfucker get assassinated and their head blew off, we might get that news article, or we might get that shit on TV, but it's some slick shit going on. You know how the government work.
They tell you what they want to tell you.
You feel me? You know, Martin Luther King, even though he fought for civil rights and we needed to be fighting for economic rights and human rights, I ain't never gonna sit here and knock MLK. Well, see, look what he did. Look what Malcolm X did. Look what Marcus Garvey did. try to liberate free people and give them identity and independence about themselves. And what happened to all of them? Allison got knocked the fuck off.
Anybody who starts to gather the attention of all the people, they end up not sticking around.
And if you notice the track record that I just told you about, it's always tracking back to indigenous people, the aboriginals in the motherfucking world, people of color, however you want to put this shit. You know what I'm saying? Always track back to, you know, I'm African American male, so I'm gonna say us. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers want to be us, have our culture, have our music, have our fucking food, dances, have all the shit. You know what I mean? That's jiggy out here. But when it comes to really giving us some independence and really giving us some shit that of value, and we now we in a position with the internet and we have other outlets of education and things of that nature these days to take this shit back, we can do that. But we talking about from the beginning, when we were trying to build some shit and were building something that had something, even when we didn't have shit. What y'all do? Burning shit, hanging people, segregation, assassinating niggas who trying to uplift people. You know what I'm saying? All because you got a propagated agenda. And then you come around on some 4th of July shit and tell a motherfucker it's Independence Day. You know what I'm saying? Independent from what? What we independent from? Were you playing a sport, one of the biggest sports in the world? We ain't even in America. A motherfucker taking the knee just for justice. All the shit that America preach about with their American flag and their ways, and you need to fight for our country, fight for our rights. Well, motherfuckers is being mistreated and mishandled by the same enforcement that y'all put out here in these communities. Oh, now motherfuckers being, you being too boisterous. You too much. You're disrupting the bottom line. You're disrupting the capitalistic agenda. The fuck out of here. Then you want to come up here and tell me about some Independence Day? That's what we doing? Huh? That's what we doing? Independence, right?
Why don't we just celebrate fireworks?
Yeah.
'Cause
I'd
those are cool.
rather have some shit on the grill, have fireworks, and have a cookout in the hood one time.
A
Or
paid
everybody
day
in their
off.
suburban areas have good food, good fireworks, be about their family, and celebrate the shit a day off. Because at the bottom line, from what I just said, all the way up till now, all of this shit adds up to a motherfucking day off with no meaning. And for my people out there who might be on my head, I never will forget Martin Luther King Day, January 15th. That is a glorious day off. And we all know the backdrop of Martin Luther King. What they need to do is give Marcus Garvey a day, is give Malcolm X a motherfucking day, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate that red, black, and green. You feel me? Farrakhan in a minute about to need a motherfucking day. But we always give our people the celebratory when it matters the most. Because we know it ain't going to be on the calendar. It ain't going to be on the Gregorian calendar for a motherfucker to say, oh, yeah, this is Malcolm X Day. That's why it's important to know your history and know your background. You know, so when it's time to celebrate your ancestors, celebrate your people, you know why. Fuck a month. Fuck a Black History Month. I'm not saying it in the context to disregard it, but I'm talking about year-round. They talk about the Atlantic slave trade. They talk about all this European history. They talk about all these fucking world wars and shit like that. All this English American history and shit all year round from fucking first grade all the way till you graduate, even when you go to college. So how the fuck is we as a indigenous people supposed to feel like we only get 28 days or on a leap year 29? No, this shit need to be celebrated year round, beloved. So we know how to really act when it's time to get our independence and really get our rights and really get economically, developed and able to move how we want to move as a unit, as a people. Once we identify with, what's going on in society and with our conscious, with our trauma that we suffer from, that we still low-key might need therapy from, even from the fucking Reagan era with the crack shit. You know what I'm saying? Drug Dealers Anonymous. Shout out to Pusha Terrence and my man Sean Carter for giving the the best verses you ever heard on a beat. What's the next holiday after this shit?
I don't want to tell you.
Thanksgiving?
No,
Halloween, right?
Well, it's Columbus Day.
Columbus.
And I don't even celebrate Columbus Day.
Do we
I don't
even
know
need to-
anybody who does.
Do we even need to elaborate on this shit?
Not him, no. Veterans Day is next in November.
Wait, give me 1 second. Another day? Y'all gave a motherfucker who raped, pillaged, fake discovered some shit. This is what I find funny, right? And I questioned one of my teachers when I was in high school about this. I said, I forgot her. She was from Croatia. I forgot her name. But it was in relevance to the Columbus Day theory, right? And yeah, you know, Christopher Columbus discovered this and he did this and that, whatever. Forgot the motherfucking bullshit that they just bombard in our head every fucking year in English, American history. So I tell her, sorry, my 10th grade year, but I got kicked out of class for asking this. I said the universe been around forever. People been here before Christopher Columbus. The world's been here. The world's been discovered. The world's been navigated before this motherfucker. I didn't say in this verbatim, but I'm giving you context to the conversation. How can a motherfucker discover some shit that's already been here? When the Aboriginal people you've come across that you broke bread with, ate with, then you go ahead and do that massacre work you did. Y'all celebrating that shit? That goes to show me everything America about, beloved. Capitalism, greed, and doing whatever the fuck we gotta do to conquer some shit. I don't care if it's rape, pillage, enslave, steal, whatever the fuck we gotta do. Step on throats, hang niggas, whatever we gotta do. Strip rights, then create new laws in order to strip new rights. You feel me? I don't want to get on like I'm on some black empowerment, Black Lives Matter shit, but I'm talking about these fucking pagan ass holidays that's going on in the world that we only get a day off from that don't mean shit. And y'all indoctrinating the motherfucking kids and adults in the world like this shit cool, like this shit gravy, putting this shit on Fox 2, putting this shit on every other motherfucking platform to keep remembering these motherfuckers who don't mean nothing to me. Whose history and whose quote unquote legacy is founded on the most horrific and traumatic and the most dehumanified shit in the world. You feel what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on in the world with these holidays? Beloved, we need to know now. We need to know right now. Damn, Christopher. And the only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. Rest in peace to B.I.G., who gave us gems and gave us some of the best verses of all time. You will never be forgotten. Representing Bed-Stuy. It's up close and personal with Robin Leach. You know what I mean? Shout out to Notorious B.I.G., beloved. Your bars have raised many of young men. When motherfuckers was calling the cops on you when you was just trying to feed your daughter with the same motherfucking drugs that they gave to you hand in hand. From Spanish Jose all the way down to the motherfucking Iran Contras, beloved. But that's neither here or there. What's the next holiday?
Veterans Day. November.
Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Like I just elaborated on earlier. Break that down, Allison, if you can Google it, Wikipedia it. Let's hear what Veterans Day is about before I go further.
All right.
Give Allison a second before I elaborate. Are y'all getting this work? Y'all gonna get this work this episode.
We'll skip Wikipedia. Let's go to history.com.
Let's
See what they
do
want.
the history shit. Yeah, that's some bullshit too. It be some interesting shit on there. But it be some bullshit. So we're gonna go to history.com and see what Veterans Day is about.
One life and there's a video that's going to play.
A lifetime
Let's
of
just get the
want that.
information. Let's get the info, baby.
Introducing the Celebration of Life
It's-
Center at Whitechapel.
Veterans Day celebrates all of those who fought in all the wars. So every war since we started fighting in wars celebrates all veterans who have gone and served actively in combat, the United States.
Right, but in the same breath, you old motherfuckers with so much ego and pride about what war you fought in, when the Vietnam War was popping off and motherfuckers was getting protesting and, you calling it the hippie movements and all of this shit, when John Lennon was really getting away from that Beatles shit and was getting conscious in the world and try to uplift and tell motherfuckers like, hey, this shit ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? Marvin Gaye said at one point in time, what's going on? And if you're familiar with the movie Dead Presidents with Lorenz Tate, one of the most gentlemen of all gentlemen when it comes to being one of the faces of black actors in the world, the motherfucking judge in Dead Presidents told him in that courtroom that wasn't a real man's war. You didn't fight no real man. That wasn't no real man's war. You feel me? Just because you fought a World War I and II, you mean to tell me the same motherfuckers who go out here and fight and risk their life for a country who don't give a shit about them, that shit don't mean nothing to them? That ain't real? Oh, that ain't real enough for you, huh? Bullets grazing your ass, you away from your family, man, you've grown. It ain't even about race when you're in war. That's what kills me about the shit. It's about, I want to go home to my family. Motherfuckers is crying like you. Motherfuckers, want to go home like you. Niggas is in fear. It ain't even about scared no more. Motherfuckers is in fear of their life on both sides. You know what I'm saying? About some other motherfucker's agenda that ain't got shit to do with you. When it come down to some money and to some ego shit. Then when these motherfuckers leave the war, when they hooked on drugs from all the shit overseas and shit, Agent Orange, they skin fucked up, they bodies is fucked up. You mean to tell me they can't even get the assistance they need?
The babies they made.
The babies they fucking made. Dick's not working. So when the babies is being born, not to be shrewd or prude, because I got love for every veteran in the world. Let me clear this up. I may not respect the agenda behind war, but I respect every man that fought in it because I know I'm not brave enough to do that shit myself. And let's just come down to do what I got to do. And you ain't got no motherfucking choice. And I got to watch my nieces and my mom, and I got to pour the strap out and do what I got to do and go fight some motherfuckers. If we had a war like that, I ain't got no choice. You feel me?
That was your Vietnam.
That was you feel me? That was
They
your
were
motherfucking
made to go. They had no choice. All the other wars you could enlist, you could choose to go.
You could choose.
Vietnam, they just chose.
You just getting drafted in this
That's right.
motherfucker like a first round pick out the NBA draft. You getting drafted on some slave shit. Auctioned out and drafted and shit and picked out. You ain't even a fucking man's man yet. And then you ain't even got enough respect for women in that time who healing and band-aiding these niggas and assisting them and shit. You ain't even got respect enough for them to get them the rights to vote and shit. Or giving them equal pay even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Though I feel like those women who helped those men and when men was getting killed at a rate so drastic that women had to be B-2 bombers and shit. Women had to go and step in them war fields too. Y'all don't even know that. They don't even tell you that. Our women in this country, y'all don't give a fuck, white, black, Hispanic, it don't even matter. Went out there and risked their lives too. Because as soon as they patching up a nigga with a Band-Aid, a bomb is dropping on their ass too. You feel me? So for me personally, our veterans, I hope, one thing I do despise, and I can be honest about this because I feel sincere about this. When you guys fighting these wars and you go to these Marines or these naval bases and all this shit, and you've had the most traumatic experiences, you know that when you, year or generation after generation, you see the government doesn't give a fuck about you. It shouldn't even be about no ranking or what rank you're in when you done risk your life for this country. I wouldn't have fought and risked my life for this shit. I should be entitled to the same shit as a motherfucking sergeant or whoever, private, general, whoever. Because I put my life on the line for this shit just like they did before. Now, what I kind of don't respect is y'all encouraging your kids to do this shit. Oh, yeah, son, go to the Army. Yeah, you should serve. You should do this and that. But when they missing a fucking leg or they lost their mind when they come back and suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and different syndromes and shit, what the fuck now? Because what they gonna do? You think they gonna help them? No, they're gonna drug you up. They're gonna call you crazy and lock you up in the fucking basement somewhere in one of them jackets or some shit. They call you crazy.
They just leave you homeless. 85% of the homeless veterans suffer from serious mental health problems.
Thank you. Which I was finna allude to, Allison. I thank you for bringing that information forward. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know, I just Veterans Day, motherfuckers. Every veteran that ever fought in the war, you mean to tell me you gonna look another man in the eye and say your war wasn't real? That fight wasn't real. That wasn't a man's fight. When that motherfucker, his dad, who probably was your best friend, son went to war in some Vietnam shit, lost his son, and y'all out here talking about that wasn't real. When y'all can't walk, y'all can't think straight. Y'all ain't got no benefits for real. Y'all ain't get, they government ain't cutting y'all no checks. You might get the, what's that, the VI bill? IG bill?
The GI bill.
GI bill, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Instagram and all that. You know, I'm you know, the new millennium shit fucking me up. The GI bill, excuse me.
Yeah, put you to college. Send
You
you
know?
through college.
And we all know the way the world is going now, what the fuck is a collegiate degree? To some extent, if you're not in medical, law, or anything stem cell, engineering, some shit like that. But these motherfuckers is old, they banged up, they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them, like you say, homeless, hungry, broke, families broken, hearts broken, spirits broken. And they walking up and down the same street where it's 18 between a 2-block radius. It's probably damn near every other house is vacant as fuck where you can put them in. Get them niggas a space heater or something and some Subway sandwiches. You know, I ain't disrespecting, but I'm just talking about give them something, bro. You feel me? What's the next motherfucking holiday, man? What's the next?
Oh, we skipped to Thanksgiving. I can't even say this with a straight face anymore. I apologize.
Hey, you know, I got to laugh
We
about
got
that shit.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
I have an article I want to pull up. Speaking of Thanksgiving and of the Native people, Colorado State University is investigating the incident in which 2 Native American men were pulled away from a campus tour after a parent on the tour called campus police saying she was nervous about their presence. The men were allowed to rejoin the tour after they were questioned by campus police, the Denver Post reported on Wednesday. But the tour group, give me 1 second, my phone acting janky. But the tour group had moved on by that point, and the men eventually left campus. The university said that police responded appropriately to the parents' report, but school officials also called the incident sad and frustrating from nearly every angle, particularly the experience of 2 students who were here to see if this was a good fit for them. Now, Thanksgiving. Right, Allison?
I say they're too good for that college. It's beneath them.
Why the fuck do a Native American got to pay for school anyway? A tour? You giving me a tour? On the same land you took from my ancestors, you giving me a tour of this shit?
That's a good point.
On the same land, huh? Thanksgiving is November, 23rd or some shit like that. Whatever the fuck day it falls. I don't even want the specific, Allison. I'm just throwing that out there. November something, right? Steal, rape, pillage, once again, corrupt, bribe. And you gonna sit in here in my face and tell me you fear me? You know. And tell me that my test scores might not be good enough. That my IQ might not be high enough. Oh, well, you know, because of this area you live in, you might not be good enough. You might can't afford it. Y'all motherfuckers couldn't afford none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me my ancestors then got castrated and the most degrading treatment this country is. You know what? Let me tell you something. When we go out to restaurants or we go to different festivals or we go to our day-to-days and shit like that, when was the last time you took a step back and said, there's a Native American family right over there?
I can't even tell you.
I can't even tell you. Or you go into a Starbucks where you motherfuckers is arresting kids for just sitting down and say, wow, you know, oh, where's the Native? Are they even Native American? I ain't talking about no mixed shit, no 50-50 or 25-30% shit. I'm talking about 100% pure Native American, which we all know when it gets down to the get down, African, from whatever tribe across whatever coast. But we're gonna stick to this Native American narrative. You afraid for your life? If anything, I should be walking around this bitch scared of white people forever. I'm not saying you should fear them. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm talking about the same way you just called the police on me and you're scared of me or what I'm going to do to you. Well, history showed me I should be scared of every last one of you motherfuckers. I shouldn't even be getting a lift from you motherfuckers. I shouldn't even be buying food from y'all. The way y'all poison shit and got Monsanto spraying shit, chemicals all on the food, GMOs and shit. I shouldn't trust none of you motherfuckers. Giving motherfuckers tickets and stifling them with all kind of grievances for growing their own food and shit, plotting on their own land, on mortgages that you know they can barely afford, so they got to grow their own shit, and you penalizing them for that shit. This is the America we live in, the one y'all want to make great again. You know, so you look at me and my brother or my sibling or whoever the fuck I'm with and mean to tell me you gonna call the police on me when I'm visiting school and tell me you fear me? Huh? When I'm looking at the counterpart who called the police on me and say, well, I'm looking at the news and I'm looking at, you know, these massacres in public settings, it's you motherfuckers shooting shit up, blowing shit up, fucking shit up in these little communities or these little private little areas, and where Billy, we didn't know that he was mentally. Yes, the fuck y'all knew something was wrong with y'all kids. And this not even a white or black thing. We talking about safety, security, and not being ignorant to the humane factor of people. It just so happens that we always got to revert to the basic ass ideology of racism, bro. The most outdated, relevant bullshit we still discussing to this day. Because great grandparents and grandparents then instill shit in their kids, who pass on to their kids to hate other motherfuckers. Because you inferior to some shit or you scared of some shit. Oh no. You scared of us though. You calling the police on us. Y'all brutalizing us. Y'all arresting us for shit. Pulling us over for no motherfucking reason. Stopping, frisking. Coming up with all kind of shit just to harass and manipulate. But when I turn on the news, y'all fucking us up. Telling us that our justice isn't valid. You're doing too motherfucking much. But when my ancestors and shit getting hung from trees and got to drink from other water fountains and go through centuries of some of the most traumatizing shit that still affect us because it's in our DNA now, in our genetics now. You feel me? Oh, but let's give thanks to motherfucking what? What's the next holiday?
Christmas.
Right? The same religion that they used to manipulate, distort, catapult our ancestors with. Right?
It used to be
Used to be.
a pagan holiday that celebrated the winter solstice, so the shortest
I
day of
got
the
that.
year,
I got that.
and that's how we kind of keep it.
You see how they stray away from universal principle and the nature dynamic of this shit and turn it into some bullshit? You feel me?
It ain't even Jesus' birthday.
And
in
even the
winter.
motherfucker's birthday, because I just alluded to earlier, the same ass that the rabbit supposed to be laying eggs out of, Jesus is coming out the same shit, resurrecting this shit. And if anybody knows anything about a resurrection, it's a rebirth of something, right? So what the fuck is Christmas supposed to be? The rebirth of, celebrating the birth of? Well, shouldn't Christmas be the same shit as the first Sunday of Easter and shit? If we put it in that context.
If you're celebrating Jesus' birthday, then it should be like everybody's birthday on the actual
day, which you motherfuckers don't know.
And Easter celebrates resurrection after he was killed. So if they are close to each other, then they're close to each other. There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, they wanted to eliminate our Christmas holiday.
You
so
see how confusing that shit sounds?
very much. Religion is like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what any fucking thing. You know, and it's kind of an emotional podcast today. Not emotional, but let's call a fucking spade a spade.
It's passionate.
Holidays don't mean shit but a day off that you get paid for if you got a motherfucking job. I'm gonna sip some H2O. I'm a little parched.
I think anytime you can take an opportunity to be with your family or the people who matter most to you, it's a good day.
And that should be damn near every day.
True.
Right? That should be celebratory every day. I know. But yet they tell you that these days mean things and celebrate them and go out and buy shit. Turned it into a capitalistic ideology. And if you don't do it, motherfuckers got the audacity to be mad. Oh, we didn't get a turkey, or you didn't give me any flowers for Valentine's Day. You don't love me. Who the fuck told you I don't love you? When I'm providing for you, I'm putting my life on the line for you every day because this world gets crazy. You know what I mean? We have a family together, if you to that level. If I'm doing shit, everything prior to that day to show my affection and my love and my compassion and my sincerity, who the fuck told you that a bitch next to you at a call center that you hate who got flowers and you didn't get sent them to your job, that I don't like you? Who manipulated you to that way of thinking? Huh? Who propagated that shit to you? To tell you the same shit that's killing motherfuckers because all the meat in the motherfucking world got cancer in it and all that shit. You ain't get a turkey when you should have been just eating the motherfucking vegetables in the first place? Knowing you got type 2 diabetes around this motherfucker and y'all complaining about turkeys and shit with the dressing? When the motherfuckers who died for that shit, some of their last meals. Why on a day we supposed to give thanks we eat the motherfucking most? Huh? Why that? Even though it was a so-called feast and things, don't you think you should be fasting that day and giving thanks to the ancestors that day? Huh? Y'all don't think that, though? They say, we ain't even going to eat all this shit. We're going to give to the homeless. We're going to do something recreational in spirit of our ancestors and give back. And we're going to fast that day. We're going to pray. We're going to do native rituals. We're going to do, native culture. But no, you motherfuckers are so Americanized. You motherfuckers are so propagated to death that you mad you ain't getting turkey dressing with the fixings. When we all know Valentine's Day is one of the most violent days of the year, every motherfucking year. Somebody, it's crazy. And you know what that shows you? that the ancestors is still here. That spirit and that energy is still on this soil. Because the same day that y'all celebrate and the same energy y'all put forth into that day, the same energy is out here in these streets. Yeah, y'all eating and y'all laughing and shit, but motherfuckers' families is getting slaughtered. Motherfuckers is getting killed left and right on that day, one of the most violent days of the year. What do you think that stems from? But give thanks though. You see, I just kind of slipped and dipped off Christmas because the fuck out of here. You know, when y'all manipulated y'all kids to thinking that a white motherfucker is out here buying gifts and shit, idolizing materialism. You know, then you raise a bunch of spoiled, ungrateful motherfuckers. When you give them some shit, or you try to teach them some shit, they don't want it. They don't cherish it. They don't appreciate it. Because their whole life they've been thinking and taught that, hey, it's just another day. We get gifts. We get shit. Because the moral principle and foundation of those days have been stripped away and turned into some shit that has no meaning. So what the fuck do these holidays mean? Right? Huh?
Yeah, as a parent, I try and bring immediate value to holidays. So it's about our family. It's about what we've done together. Just keep it local.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do the neighborhood. On Memorial Day, we go do something for the community, for the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it at home. It makes it worth a little bit more.
And you know what you do? You instill character within kids when you can kind of say, you know what? You give them the education on these holidays, people. You give them the education. You give them the retrospect and perspective. And say, you know what? This is what these people think. This is what I think. This is what this person thinks this is. So they have a well-rounded perception of what this shit really means and know that it's all bullshit at the end of the day. From the tooth fairy on motherfucking down. Now, we all may have kids, nieces and nephews. We play along. But at some point in time, we have to give them the knowledge on the real shit. So I can be ignorant here enough to say on the Ignorant Intelligent Podcast that I don't know what Cinco de Mayo means. But I know I went to an authentic Mexican restaurant and I got some tacos and some tequila. Don't know the history behind it, and I'll do my Googles and I'll get back with you guys out of respect because I feel like anything that I indulge in, I need to know the fuck about. So I'll look it up and see what Cinco de Mayo is about because it can't just be about food and liquor and bad Mexican women, hair down to your asses, thicker than cheese grits. I love y'all. Jesus Christ. Some of the best brown skins in the world. Speaking Espanols and all types of shit. I love y'all. Furthermore, I hope Kanye knows that he's loved, he's appreciated for everything that he's done for the hip-hop culture. But all that being said touches on the mental health, the history, and the meaning of things. Sometimes we don't know the meaning of things until time passes. So with Kanye's rants and raves and antics, hopefully it means something to somebody to make a change, to make a difference. Even though some of it, he's full of shit. He's full of himself. It's ego. It's narcissistic to a degree. But what you will gain from it is that I got another perspective on the phase of this person's life. Shout out to Charlamagne for giving a great interview as well. You know, Brilliant Idiots podcast is one of my favorites. That's one of the first podcast shows I started listening to and got intrigued on podcasts, to be exact. And it also goes to show when you lose someone near and dear to your heart, how long it takes to prepare that. Putting emphasis on Kanye losing his mom. You lose real friends, and in turn you lose yourself. You lose touch with the foundation of the real you. So, in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I want to say I hope you motherfuckers find out the foundation of these holidays and realize that if you got a day off and you get paid for it, congratulations. But also know this shit don't mean shit. Find out the real meaning to life. Love it, learn it, apply it, pass it down. Because all we got is us, man. And we got to get past stupid shit like racism and ignorance of other people's cultures and where we come from, what we're accustomed to, and what we have to change to go forward. This is the Ignorant Intelligent Podcast, episode 12. I don't know what to name this shit yet, but I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you enjoy the theme song and hope you enjoy life and the meanings and joyous occasions of them. Have a good evening.
Will I ride? Will I ride?
That was good.
Yeah.
For winging it, that was great.
This ain't no podcast, it is the broadcast. Yeah.
And yes, Cinco de Mayo doesn't really mean anything either. In fact, I heard today
This the
people talking
smartest and
about
dumbest you ever heard.
in Mexico,
Intelligent
they
and
don't
ignorant,
even
you heard it first.
like
Sipping on this brown with a brown skin. Cognac and caramel skins with time beard. Who you love, who you hate, well let's talk about it. The hottest topics and best believe we ain't going gothic. Hotter than the tropics, you looking forward, you know we got it. See the bigger picture, no microscopic. We the livest, know you tuned in. Yeah, we know you tuned in. Nothing
What
but
I'm
a G
doing,
thing.
spending
All
money
we
on
missing
tequila
is
and
juice and
fucking
gin. Tying
Yes,
up the
but
loose
if you
ends. We
increase
ain't
the
asking your
quality of your
2
life,
cents.
then
Special guests every
it's
single
fine.
day and still no new
Then
friends.
no one else
Calm
has to
down,
tell you
youngin'. I know
because
you
you
see
make
that we
something-
running.
you
I
make a
promise
day
that
mean
this ain't
something
nothing
good.
compared to what's really coming. Andre, I ain't talking 3,000, I'm talking drumming off the
didn't
glass
have-
when I
like, I
dunk it.
didn't
It's
get raised.
geese,
I had
you
to
say
raise
you
myself.
love it.
So I didn't have raised my parents. My parents were teenage hippies. Neglected me. So I made value out of my life. And that's what this commentary. And you add a lot of good things for kids, no matter who they are. Teach them how to think for themselves, think about it, appreciate what they have. I was so happy when that Santa thing left for my kids, because then they knew I worked for this. No one just give it to us for free.
Right.
I busted my ass, and sometimes Christmases weren't so great. They had a hotter
Motherfuckers
year,
going into debt.
right?
for-
But our
for-
lights,
for-
that's right. They always had heat. They always had lights. There's times I had to call the cable company after a day or so and get the cable turned back on, but I didn't sweat it. So you live without television. Sometimes that's what it takes. But yeah, I didn't even consider that Independence Day shit. Of course, comes from a place of privilege. I get that. But now that I know,
but
because it's never occurred to me before, and now it does, and I'm like, I'm totally taking that back to school.
see what I mean? It's not about what you thought you knew or even know. It's about getting another perspective.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And not being mad at somebody from not knowing.
Right.
Or having a perspective different from you that might not have been affected you in a way that might affect them. Greater or less than.
Right?
You feel me?
No, you did real good. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
People are something.
Yeah, they are. I typically tell people, I don't like people. I'm a nice person, but I'm not fucking friendly. Because why? Because either you're lying to me, you're going to put up some front that you are someone you're not. For all the different reasons people suck, I don't like people. A few of them fall through the filter, and they're golden, and I would do anything for them. But there is a filter. I think I like to earn the people who respect me. I earned it. And likewise, other people earn how I respect them. And our encoders are off.